Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Yes, it is time to run down another Doogee. This time, it is the S100 Pro. Now the difference is this one, you're probably saying, Jay, what's so different? Well, this one now has 20 gigs total RAM. You have that virtual 8 gigs of RAM. I do have the S100 still. As you can see here, 12 gigs of RAM with 256 gig. And on this new one, 20 gigs of RAM total. Now, I do have it right off camera, and I'll bring it in and show you the differences here. But let's go ahead and get this open here. This also has the camping lights as well, with 5 modes or whatever at 3 watts. And you have the Helio G99 still, because sometimes they don't really update these that much. They just add a few things on, and then that's it. But this does have the Helio G99. It has a Helio G99 octa-core processor, obviously, at 2.2 gigahertz, a 6nm chip. Okay, respectful. 120 hertz display, folks, 6.58 inches. So basically 6.6 inches, full HD plus, 120 hertz with the unfortunate water drop screen. No, I'm just playing. It has a little dip at the top up there. Triple camera action on the back, 108 megapixel camera on this bad boy. A 20 megapixel and a 16 megapixel on the rear. That's a Sony IMX350 20 megapixel for night vision. So 22,000 milliamps, 22,000 milliamps of battery on here, but you get 33 watt fast charging. Yeah, 33 watt fast charging. I'm telling you, rugged phones hit, man. I actually use these too, man. I'm going to a concert or something, or I'm going somewhere, I think it's going to be kind of, I'm grabbing one of these bad boys. It'll take me through the weekend and through maybe 4 or 5 days possibly, depending on how I use it. Now, the front camera is also Sony. It's a 32 megapixel camera on the front. You've got a total of 20 gigs of RAM at your disposal. Obviously, that is 12 gigs plus the 8 gigs that you can use from the storage. So just bear that in mind when you're doing that. It is UFS 2.2 as well. So I'd turn off the 8 gigs extended memory. That's just what I would do, but it's up to you. Because 12 gigs is plenty fast for a lot of devices for what we do on our phones. This also has a side-mounted fingerprint reader, just like the S100. And then you have NFC, Gorilla Glass. The thing is, some people might frown on these phones because they don't come with Android 13. But you gotta remember, these are rugged style phones. So in the box, just like most Doogee devices, you get a charging brick. You do get a fast charger. Again, 33 watts fast charging, but I won't need that. I never use those because I have a 100-watt charger, a smart charger, and it will tell me it'll charge at peak charging. So you get your limited warranty, and I also give you an extra screen protector and obviously stuff to put that on. And you get your Type-C cable. And then here is the massive, look at this thing, man. I'm gonna bring in the S100 too, so you can see the difference here. Remember, this one has the 22,000 milliamp hour battery compared to the other one that has, I believe, the 10,800. So we're talking about double the battery here. Let me get this ugly sticker off. They have to do this for regulation, but now this one also has the camping light. So the camping lights are back, folks. Look at this behemoth. Doogee still giving me a chance after me destroying that other phone that I got. I really wanted to keep that phone, but I slept. Anyway, let's take a look around the hardware. But before we do so, it's telling you what we've got here. We've got our volume rocker, our power / fingerprint reader, because it does have that in there. And then you've got your SIM tray and everything here. And you've got another special button here. Again, SIM tray / SD card, because it does have an SD card slot, which is incredible. Again, rugged phones hit, folks. You got to give them a chance. And this is definitely for people who like to use OtterBoxes like I do, or just any kind of Subcase Unicorn Beetle Pro. Any of those cases like that, these phones, yeah, son. Out of coffee. So SIM tray / SD card slot there. And this is a multifunction button right here. I normally program that to like hold and turn on the big light, basically. Then you got your Type-C down here. Again, this is IP68, IP69K, and military standard 810H. Not G, but H. So me being a war veteran, I can appreciate some military stuff on there. So you got these 2 speaker grills up front and 2 speaker grills on the bottom. And let's go ahead and power this on as I show you the back here. And I'm sure this thing, it's 22,000 milliamps. I am sure that it has some juice. It better have some juice with that kind of battery inside. But look at the back here. And I'll show you the back versus I'll bring in the S100 too. And again, this is the Pro version. And ultimately, what you're looking at here, so lovely. So lovely. So let me turn this off real quick. Ultimately, what you're looking at here is a ginormous battery with a phone on it. That's how I look at it. Now, the design of this won't be too much different than the S. It is a little bit different than the S100. Let's bring the S100 in. So as you can see here on the S100, you have like this metal design here. And then over here, that's probably going to be your camping light, which is going to be super bright, folks. And also there's a little bit more different design here. You've got this nice, like almost leathery type feel here. The badging is it's raised and textured a little differently. I mean, still, these are some beautiful devices in my opinion, because I like wearing heavy cases when I'm doing certain things. When I'm cutting the grass and everything, these are the phones to use. When you're doing yard work, this is the phone to grab and put your SIM card in if you're going to be out there for a while. Now, the other major difference, obviously you can see here, the other major difference is the size. Again, we're talking about double the battery life. Pretty much double the thickness in the phone as well. Look at it from this side. Look at this, man. This is ginormous. These phones, people think it's comical, but you know what though? You know what? A lot of people are sleeping. Obviously, a lot of people won't need the 22,000, but there are people that need the 22,000. If you are not using rugged phones in 2023, I'm not saying you're crazy, but just try it. It might surprise you. Now, there are some disadvantages, like I said, but those and the disadvantages are for tech enthusiasts. If you're so caught up on, I gotta have Android 13, I want the latest patch, don't buy these phones. But if you want a nice, stable version of Android, which is Android 12, stock Android, just none of the craziness, and a supersized body that's gonna stay. I've frozen these phones before. I've done a whole bunch of stuff. These are hidden. Double the thickness because we got double the battery. Look at this. It's crazy. Crazy. But ultimately, the same phones, huh? Ultimately, the same phone, just a beautiful screen too, man. I mean, beautiful. Just beautiful. I mean, if you're into that, if you're into it, I suggest that you probably give it a try. Got that 120 hertz over here, 90 as well. Or you can do auto. But with these, I would just leave it at 100. So let's put the S100 aside for a second. And let's get into this one. I'm going to walk through here. We'll skip that for now. And I'll go ahead and put in my information here just because I'm going to sign in and I'm going to be using this. I got somewhere I'm going coming up, and I'll test this one out, man. Why not? Because I love a nice weekend warrior phone. You know what? This one came at 100%. It's at 100%. You can't really tell because the battery, that's one thing I don't like about some of these phones. The battery number is inside of the battery. And I don't know why some companies do that. I like it outside the battery, man. I like it outside the battery. And I normally turn it off when it's like that. But man, this thing is massive. If you just want a ginormous battery, you need to be looking at Doogee phones. Now, to be clear, this is a heavy phone, okay? A lot of people might struggle. I work out every day, and this is a heavy phone, folks. This is a heavy phone. So, I mean, it's not, how do I say it? It's not something that you won't be able to carry around, but just know that it is heavy. It's heavy, obviously way heavier than the norm. So I'll skip that for now, because I'm going to sign in, put apps on after the video, whatever. But we'll skip all this. I'm going to get into the device itself. I really like these phones, man. Some people think I'm crazy, but then there's that group of people who watch my channel, because I also get people who are, I have a lot of people that are not in the US and they watch, and I appreciate them watching. But yo, I'm telling you, this phone, let me switch it to dark mode. We're gonna go into settings and everything. We'll go into settings. But this phone it hits, man. So let's get to the camping lights, since they are back. And you probably hear, Jay, what do you mean they're back? A lot of the Doogee, okay, so again, this is the S100. This is the S100 Pro. You see what I'm saying? So no camping lights on this one. Lights, two on the side, but camping lights. So let me see if I can just go straight to that. Let me see if I can press it and see if it's already set. Nope, it's not. So let's get into, hold on, come on now. Don't do me like that. Don't be trying to troll me like that. I don't care if you are in your, oh, I'm swiping up. I forgot. I didn't turn on the, I gotta turn that on. My bad. Let's remove that. My bad. Let's go in this. I can go ahead. I could have done it from the, okay, so let's go into the special app there, side key, and boom. Okay, yeah, no operations are set up right now. So let's go with long press, and I want to turn on that camping light. I'm pretty sure that's it. Let's see. No, that's not it. Where's the camping light at? Oh, I gotta find it. Let me. I wonder if it's under it. If they have it set on. Oh, here we go. They got it set under an app. Unless I'm blind and didn't see it on that other screen. Here we go. Oh, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Super, baby. Oh, do you see this? Look at this. Half full. And I'm not pointing it towards the camera yet. I'm about to. But brace yourself, because it's gonna be really bright. So check this out. That's half. Let's go full, or excuse me, that's a quarter. Let's go half. Super bright. Let's go full. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, you might not think that's bright, but if you try to look at it head on, getting a headache, son. This is super bright. I love these camping lights. And you got super right here. Obviously, you got the flash going. Sorry for the people out there who might be exposed to some kind of seizures. My bad. But you got your SOS. Yeah, son. And that's why these phones have, and it tells you right there, all the warnings, do not shine into someone's eyes, camping light is on. So, I mean, you could have the icon, but shake it, bumpy cam. I like to just have it, you know what I'm saying, just like right here. Warning, do not shine into eyes when camping light is on. I mean, that is beast mode, and that's gotta be like one of the main reasons. Here we go, default, baby, here we go. That's gotta be, now we can swipe up. That's gotta be one of the main reasons a person will possibly want to buy this phone, outside of the battery. If you're out and about, if you get your grind on like that, and you need to have something that's gonna take you for the entire camping trip, I'm not just trying to sell you on these phones, folks. I'm telling you, I literally will grab one of these phones. Now, I'm actually giving it two functions coming up. Now, I might take this one, or I might take one of my mini Doogee phones that are thinner like this with a 10,000. Because where I'm going, I might want to take some photos, but at the same time, I don't want to have to worry about battery for the entire weekend. You see what I mean? So let's get back to the phone here real quick. And if you're firing up out of the box, this is what it's looking like here. Basically stock Android, man. Just stock Android. Now I can put my launcher on here like I normally do because I want 5 across. And a lot of times on Android 12 with these, I can't get the 5 across. You see, because their software overlay doesn't allow it or whatever, but it's cool. I do like these wallpapers though. I like these wallpapers. That's beautiful. Beautiful. This beautiful display, man. I got to get into the display and turn on that 120 hertz too. But anyway, just looking here, I'm looking for bloatware. And honestly, right now, positive bloatware or good bloatware is that FM radio. Loving that. Other than that, stock Android. You got some system things down here from them like Toolbox. Those are okay. I mean, I don't ever really try to disable those, but you know, it is what it is. So we get into the settings here. I've already turned on dark mode. So you got your SIM manager. You got your connections here. You got Wi-Fi. You've got otherwise connection. Remember, it has NFC, CAS, everything. It has everything on Android Auto. Everything is going to work for you. Your notifications and everything. The basic rundown. Let's get into that display, and let's turn on. Let's go to Advanced, and let's turn on 120 hertz because I know it's not turned on probably. You got your LEDs also. You can remember you have those. You got your right here. So you can do 90, 120. Or auto refresh rate, and it'll refresh between 60 and 120 on its own, but I like to put it at 120 because I got this ginormous battery and it doesn't even freaking matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now remember, with these you can still turn this off, but I prefer to have the entire screen. I mean, it's cool and everything, but I don't know if I like the cutoff. I would just have it all the way up like that. That's just me. That's just me. So you've got basically you got your lift awake way at the bottom. Your sound. Now the sound on these is decent. Yeah, it's got some very decent sound on here. I don't know about the ringtones, but to love flute, love flute. I don't know. Machina. I don't know. Oh. That's a nice little, okay. See, I like a ringtone like that, something that's annoying, that's gonna get my attention. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, it's a. Oh wait, I missed sound enhancement because I know it might have the EQ down. It's got the EQ down there. Okay, yeah, hi-fi. Here we go. Got the hi-fi mode working down there. All right, make sure you turn that on too. Other than that, sounds is good. You got your main security here. You got swipe. You have fingerprint and face, pin pattern. You can see you got fingerprint and face. You got all those down here. You got to set your pin or pattern first. And what else we got going on here? Again, battery. I don't like to have the battery percentage out. I don't like to have it in. I like to have it outside, so I'll turn it off. I just think it looks more clean with it like that than turning it on. It's like that's you squinting trying to see what that is, man. I don't know. I just like it like that. So accessibility. Oh, storage. Let me get into storage for you. This has 256 gigs, and the system only takes 6.4 gigs. This is where it's at, folks. This is where it's at. So you'll be able to load this thing up with all your favorite apps with no problem. You'll be able to get it in. We're gonna look at that camera too in just a second. You got your fingerprint reader, everything. Yep, it's sidekick. Digital well build, good. Okay, yeah, and the memory expansion is off right now. Again, I mean, you could turn this on, but it's UFS 2.2, and that means it's going to be slow to transfer things off the phone. But I've learned in my experience that keeping that off seems like the phone runs better. And I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but it seems like it runs a little bit smoother with it off. I don't know. I could be going crazy, but hey, I don't know. So about phones, you can see S100 Pro, 12 gigs of RAM, Android 12. It's up to date. Let me check this one over here. Well, no, I ain't got it. All right, so that's it now. Basic software and everything on here is Google. It's just a stock Android with a slight overlay based on Doogee. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this camera because it's not, again, it has an underwater camera too, folks. Don't beat these phones up too much. It's a rugged phone, so they've got to cut corners somewhere. You know what I mean? This is how it is. So you do have HDR, you have AI, you've got your 100, I like that they have the 100 megapixel shot just like right there. Let me grab something to take a picture of. That's beautiful, actually. And that is not freaking bad, folks. That processing time wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad, son. It really wasn't. Let me take a picture of this one now. Just get something on here. Let's go down here. That's not too bad, man. That's just, it's just not too bad. That's actually really solid cameras on here. I know the megapixel count is a thing, but you know, it is what it is. You got your beauty mode, which I tell a person to turn that all the way off. Go natural. And in here, you got your pro camera, your portrait camera. You can do GIFs, panorama, slow motion, mono, bokeh. They have it called bokeh, but you got your QR scanner there right there. And you got video, obviously. Now, the video on here is, you know, I'm big on video, but some people, you know what I'm saying, they might not like it. It only goes to 2K, which for me is fine. That's fine with me. It only goes to 2K, but you do have 1080p, which is going to be really steady. And you got EIS, obviously. And then you got your 720, and you can even do 640 or 480, I should say, for those times that, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to put something quickly to someone in a MMS message or something like that. Then you got your night vision. This is that 20 megapixel night vision thing here with the Sony sensor on there. So night vision joint, man, you'll be able to get in there and look and see all kinds of stuff. Look at this. It's crazy. Ooh. Yeah, I went there. Yep, I went there. So anyway, you got your bokeh effect. Let me get a little bokeh effect going. Let me grab this again here. Let's see how well this, put something off in the offset back there. Let's see how well this bokeh. All right. Let's see how well it does. It does. All right. So you got a little blur. You got a little blur back there. It's a little faded up here, but you know, it's cool. It's cool. So you do have, again, that underwater camera as well. And also, my bad, you have the wide angle as well. You can switch to that wide angle. So up to you to determine what you think you're going to do with these cameras. And one more thing. Let me switch to that front camera real quick. Front camera is actually pretty good. Let me go ahead and just take a quick little snap here. All right. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. So, but a person is probably not buying this phone for the cameras, but you do have that underwater camera. So if I go into the side key, you can set that side key to 3 different things. So you can do a double tap and you got open your underwater camera here. So if you go here, underwater camera, there it is. So it's going to obviously do its best and try to push it down underwater. All right, come on, there we go. All right, so a walkthrough, man. A walkthrough of the S100 Pro. There are a lot. Okay, now, remember I was telling you this phone was kind of heavy? Well, this one is 400 grams, folks. There's no other way to say it. This is 400 grams, period. It's 400 grams, and it's going to be heavy. So you just make sure that when you start to think about buying this, you consider that it's 400 grams. That is a lot, folks. I'm not trying to, there's no other way to shoot that to you. It is 400 grams. In comparison, the S100 here, let me see if I can find the grams and specs on this one. Hold on. Here we go. This one is 376 for the unit weight. Now you might think that's not a lot, dude. Yeah, you can feel the difference with these two. I have them both here in front of me. Now it's not a lot when you think about on paper, but I'm telling you, son, 400 grams, this doesn't feel like 367, honestly. It really doesn't. But all I can tell you is that, I'm saying if you are determined, to grab this bad boy, know that you're picking up a little bit of weight. Period. If you have the S100, here's how I'll say this to you. If you have the S100, you're not going to feel too bad about having the S100 Pro. How about that? So, it's your man Jay, and let me show you this one more thing before I get out of here. The notification panel, this is what it looks like. Let's crank that brightness way up. Looking pretty beautiful. I mean, phones like this, man. Ooh, I mean, it's just nice. It's just a nice thing to have. It's a nice thing to have. You can see all the things you have in here. You can edit that as well. And if you want to edit, just before I get out of here, you can see all the different things that are not up there. And these definitely should be up here because you want to have access to those at any time. You got your ultra dim because it does have ultra dim mode. Sorry about that. And you got bedtime mode. So normally for me, dark mode is the way to go. And with these phones, I typically keep the brightness up all the way because while it is 120 hertz, it's not the brightest screen in the world, but it's still a good screen. So what do you think about the Doogee S100 Pro? I think it's a nice little upgrade from this one because the battery life is going to be sick on this. And the good part about this, it has fast charging. I mean, there's a lot to like about these phones right here, but it seems like a lot of people might think it's just a big selling point on trying to get a person to buy these, but I don't think so. I know based on the comments that people come into my comments and talk about, I know that there's a lot of people interested in this phone. And when I do these full walkthroughs like this, they get a lot out of it because they can always get the answer to one or two of their questions that they might have had before purchasing. So I'll leave a link to this down below. If I can remember to always forget to leave the links down there. This will set you back about $4.99 or so, but there's always like a $100 off code. So that's same thing applies to this one. $400 for this. Use code S100 Pro before you check out and it'll be all yours. I'll try to see if I can find it on Amazon too because the S100 is on Amazon, I believe, but the Pro isn't there yet since it's so new. And this starts shipping on June 1st. Now, the recording of this video, it is May 25th. I've had this for a little bit of time, but I decided to go ahead and start sharing as we're getting closer to June 1st. But when you get yours, you can grab $100 off by dropping this coupon in there right now and getting it before it launches. It does come in what's called Classic Black, which is what this is. Then it also comes in rose gold. So basically the size and the logo will be different. You'll see it on the website. And then you have Moonshine Silver. Moonshine Silver is pretty cool. But this is your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Detailed walkthrough of the brand new Doogee S100 Pro. 22,000 milliamp hour battery inside on the ultimate rugged phone. Camping lights in tow. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bars.